In our breaking story today, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz reveals an incredible conversation he just recently had with Donald J. Trump. Well, it's incredible in the tone deafness, as you're about to see, and it's incredible because of what it reveals is actually going on in that pinball brain of the president who parties with pedophiles.
No, pinball machine, that's great. You know Elton John, he did Pinball Wizard. We'll have to send you a copy of Pinball Wizard.
Hey, welcome to Occupy Democrats, and please hit that subscribe button, well, if you agree with Mary Tyler Moore. And our breaking bit of video today, well, you don't want to miss it. Governor Tim Walz reveals his recent conversation, a bizarre conversation, with Donald Trump about the volatile month of violence, protest, and tragic loss of life since ICE first set foot in Minnesota.
Detained by ICE at his job at a McDonald's. He was taken into custody and he was brought here in the building behind me. In the wake of that detainment, his son, a young man, a security officer named Anthony, bravely marched into this building to give his father medication. His father suffers from heart failure, and the consequences of his father not getting those medications could be fatal. I talked to this young man, Anthony. We agreed not to show his face to protect his family. I want you to hear what he had to say when he marched into this building behind me to give his father his medications.
I gave an ICE agent my dad's medicine, but I'm not sure if he got it because the ICE agent just smirked at me, like trying to laugh at my face for bringing in the medicine. So I'm not sure if he got it yesterday.
Okay, so earlier today, Tom Holman, the glazed ham border czar, tried to walk back Greg Bovino's recent tour of terror. You know, the one sponsored by the Director of Homeland Security, starring the innocent citizens of Minneapolis. Now, before we show you today's bizarre featured interview with Governor Tim Walz regarding his recent conversation, a weird one with Donald J. Trump, well, let's juxtapose Honeybake Holman's assuaging comments from just earlier this morning, intercut with the stark reality of the situation.
In terms of, you had Greg Bovino, who was the face of this immigration operation.
I'm very proud of what you, the Mean Green Machine, are doing in Minneapolis right now, just like you've done it across the United States.
As you say, to having border patrol agents in the interior of this country, stopping U.S. citizens, asking them for ID, creating this fear in places like Chicago and now here. And then finally, it took really the death of Alex Petty for us to get here. How did that happen? Who made the decisions to allow this kind of operation to proceed in this way and to create such fear?
Well, like the Border Patrol, last 4 years under Joe Biden, we had an open border where 12,000 people a day are coming across the border. And reason for the massive deployment is because of the threats, because of the violence. Our officers need to be protected.
You see how bruised up I am? They did that to you. They did that to me. They had their knee on my neck, my face. They did not care. You know, the guy was telling me he was on my face. There was like 4 of them. He said, "You don't feel so tough now, bitch." They have cameras in the bathroom. I wasn't able to use the bathroom. They had a whole big mirror in the bathroom. Like they watch you use the bathroom.
If I'm on an operation, an arrest team, I'm going to a house. I got to be busy with that guy, the dangerous guy, and I can't keep looking over my shoulder at what's happening outside the house.
Oh. Why would you shoot her in the head? You stupid idiot!
So we brought extra resources in to provide that security.
Terrence Lee Randolph, March 30th, 1947, December 10th, 2024. Today we remember that freedom is not free. We have to work at it, nurture it, protect it, and even sacrifice for it.
But the drawdown can happen even more if the hateful rhetoric and the impediment and interference will stop.
In Minneapolis, Governor Walz and Mayor Frey, they instead choose violence. They instead choose to encourage the destruction of their city.
Okay, quick sidebar. Here's the thing. You know, if they had one serious badass drug dealing, child abusing, system scamming scum, well, that person would be their poster boy. Instead, our eyes have seen the gory, of innocent citizens being harassed, disappeared, detained, and in at least 9 separate incidences, unalived. But absent in all of this are the bad actors, gang members, and the truly violent and threatening criminals. Not one that I can point to. And that's because this fish stinks from the head. In this case, the orange pufferfish recently jumped on a twisted phone call with Tim Walz in an attempt to control the chaos he created. But wait until you see the analogy that he makes about the citizens who live in Minneapolis and his recent international transgressions. Well, this is our featured story of the day. Houston, I think we might have a problem.
What else did he say to you, other than saying he wanted to work together? I mean, what did he tell you about, what did you talk about?
He told me that he doesn't understand what's wrong with Minnesota. I don't know what's wrong with you people. I said, nothing's wrong with Mr. President. We're one of the most effective states and one of the best places to live. And he told me that, well, look, Tim, we did this in New Orleans, we did it in Louisville, there's no problems. And I said, you didn't kill anybody in Louisville or New Orleans, and the operation here looks very different from that. And then he told me it was successful in Venezuela.
He talked to you about Venezuela?
He did. He did. I'm not sure what gave him the indication that at this point in time what's happening to my state that I'm interested in Venezuela, but he told me how well that went. Which really was strange to me was he saw an operation in Venezuela against a foreign nation in the same context he saw an operation against a U.S. state and a U.S. city.
Okay, in an effort to reward your attention and make sure that we don't lose focus on what's behind all of this distraction, hey, here's our featured Epstein update of the day. Well, according to Yahoo just last night, longtime Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell has revealed that more than 24 men received cushy plea deals with the government. In a habeas corpus petition filed Tuesday aimed at preemptively ending her prison sentence, Maxwell alleged that 29 friends of the notorious sex trafficker had been protected by the Justice Department by way of secret settlements. Those settlements went to 25 men and 4 potential co-conspirators, reported the Daily Beast. The petition has prompted questions regarding the identities of the cloaked individuals and why the DOJ would offer them protection. Hey, please like, share, and take care, and stay tuned to Occupy Democrats to find out who, what, where, and especially why.